Hey, it's James Raby. We have to say something here, but I don't want to say much. Thanks for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show Radio On Demand podcast. Love you. Charges have been filed against a man in the Olmsted County Attorney's Office has tried to disarm a Rochester police officer at St. Mary's Hospital last week. Good morning, I'm James Raby. This is the Y105 FM Early Morning Show News Minute. On November 16th, a 21-year-old man was making statements about killing people and taking a firearm from a Rochester police officer and shooting himself if he were to encounter law enforcement. After a chaotic scramble, the officer was able to keep his gun holstered. Read the full report. It is wildly chaotic on the Y105 FM app. More local news you'll find on our app this morning. The Rochester Police Department says officers were dispatched to an apparent self-inflicted shooting death over the weekend. Winona man has been sentenced to over 7.5 years in prison for a significant drug bust in Rochester last year. And a tiny kitten makes a harrowing ride under a city bus in Minnesota. It is the cutest kitten. You gotta see pictures of it on the Y105 FM app. And the rabies shot. Today's doughhead in the news. Totally foul. TSA agents in Florida noticed something rather strange at a baggage checkpoint. A raw chicken. Yeah, you're taking a raw chicken with you on a flight. Now, can we frisk this chicken? Sure, go ahead. Further inspection found the chicken was stuffed with a gun. That's how the doughhead was going to get it through airport security? Oh, he's a doughhead. Y105 FM weather for today. Beautiful, sunny and 39. Tonight, clear and 18. And then tomorrow, sunny and 45. For Thanksgiving Day, looks like it's going to be cloudy with a high around 40. We were expecting snow yesterday on Thanksgiving, so this is a big improvement. Again for today, sunny and 39. And 23 in Rochester, thanks for asking. Is there something unusual you base the turkey with? Or maybe somebody you know? Let me know now by hitting chat on the Night Shift app. That's a show I do. That's not this show. On the Y105 FM app. Station, Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. I'm James Raby. Thank you for hanging out today. And what is the most unusual thing you've seen or maybe you've basted the turkey with? Mountain Dew is back in the news for being popular on turkeys. Gives you, a really crispy sweet crust. Or skin. I also know that lots of people do herb butter, or they find a combination of oil and liquids to put together. Earlier, we heard about walnuts and honey. That sounds less like a basting and more like a coating, like if you're doing the Cheeto chicken. But you, Lizzie, you have a friend that does something odd?
So I know somebody what does something a little odd for basting a turkey.
Okay.
They use mustard. To baste, rub all over the turkey, just pour on mustard, and then they put the seasoning on top.
Oh, and I'm guessing you're not a fan of the mustard.
I just don't think mustard would be what I would use to top a turkey. It is coated. They squirt on probably over a half a bottle of mustard.
A great poupon.
And rub that all into the skin.
Okay.
And then they sprinkled all kinds of, even if it was like Cajun seasoning, the hot, spicy.
Cajun plus? Well, now that does sound weird.
Not something I would replicate.
Yeah, no, me too.
And then really pouring on the seasoning. Just not something I would try.
I get it. And thanks for calling in. I appreciate that. It's Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. How about you? Mustard? Okay. I'm not a big mustard fan. I like it in very certain places. I never ask for honey mustard anything, if that's any indication. I never reach for Snyder's mustard pretzels or nothing. I might put it on a hot dog and a brat. And obviously a ham sandwich, but other than that, no, maybe a turkey sandwich because sometimes turkey can be dull. But outside the sandwich realm, and then still very limited amounts of mustard. I don't know if I'd want to have a mustarded turkey. How about you? 507-292-1053. This is the Y105 FM Early Morning Show. Up next, we kick off the 8 a.m. All Music Hour. As the holidays approach, Y105 FM. Dean Martin on the Y105 FM Early Morning Show on Rochester's Christmas Station. Hi. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. And that song The very first recording of it was not Dean Martin. It goes way back to 1945.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, and the fire is so delightful. And since there's no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
That is Vaughn Monroe, the first person to record Let It Snow, and actually had a number one hit with it. Obviously, it's much longer. I just mixed the beginning and the end together so you could hear how he couldn't hit the high note, and his band covered for him. I love those tricks. That would be me up there on stage. Now, everyone knows and loves Dean Martin's version, but did you know it was recorded in 1966, and even though it played on radio stations through decades of Christmases, it didn't actually hit any charts until long after Dean Martin was dead. Right. So the first guy, Vaughn, he hit number one in 1946. But Dean Martin took until 2018 to crack that Billboard Top 100. Why? I have no clue. But it finally got his due. You're listening to Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. Thanks for taking this deep dive with me. I'm James Raby on the Y105 FM Early Morning Show on Rochester's Christmas Station. Get the lowest. I say that out loud because some people are like, who? Then you got to explain. Anyway, it's Y105 FM's Early Morning Show on Rochester's Christmas Station. I'm James Raby. Time for Raby Shots. That's Doughheads in the News, and we're going to start off with two important things about holidays, Thanksgiving, etc. 41% of people feel obligated to spend more than they can afford during the holidays. Please don't feel that way. If any doughhead makes you feel like you got to spend more than you can afford, they're not your friend, and they shouldn't have any say in your financial matters. Seriously. If someone has to do without or get less, it's okay. It really is. And no store wants you buying beyond your means because then you can't pay it back. 50% of holiday hosts see prepared foods as part of their Thanksgiving meal. And if anyone gives you grief for it, you go ahead and tell them they're doughheads. Whoever's making the food gets to make the rules, and I will never go after anyone for using prepared foods as part of their Thanksgiving meal. We're busy, man. And maybe if you're like me, you can make some things and not others. Just shush your mouth if you want to go after someone that makes all the dinner but then uses some prepared foods. You just hush your mouth. And the Raby Shot, big time, Doughhead in the News is the TSA agent find in Florida. You see, they noticed something rather strange in a piece of baggage at the checkpoint. A raw chicken. Okay, so you're taking a raw chicken with you on this flight. Why did we frisk your chicken? Further inspection found that the chicken was stuffed with a gun. Yeah, he tried to sneak a gun through airport security inside a chicken. Sometimes the doughheads are so amusing. It is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show on Rochester's Christmas Station. As the holidays approach, Y105. Hey, it's James Raby. Thank you so much for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show Radio On Demand podcast. I hope you'll subscribe and tune in Monday through Friday between 6 and 10 for more fun than you can shake a stick at.